Hello there guys, my name is Ep8 and welcome back to another episode of Interplanetary! And today we're going to get back to it. A lot has changed since last time, and basically the base has got a bit more curvy. It looks a lot more pretty. I've added the second layer of the building now, and I think this is probably the size it's going to stay at unless I really do need to add something else. I've expanded upon the... what are you doing? I've expanded upon this platform a little bit so I can build a few more ships, added a few more hookup points, and also broke a ship in the process. So this is our miner, which has now got less thrusters on than it used to have. Reason is basically because I don't particularly know. Now you're probably thinking, well, that's a load of pogwash, but honestly I built this ship, hooked it up, put some stuff in it, this is the new grinder ship. I hooked it up and disconnected using a button within the hotbar rather than hitting P, which would disengage everything, I think. And then what I did was I then went off to see if it worked, which it did. Worked fine, worked swimmingly, and worked really good. And then I come back and this is making a complete racket, has fallen down the hill and has ended up down there and lost the thrusters on this side and on this side, as well as took a little bit of damage on the wing sections, which really annoyed me, as you can probably tell. So the miner is a little bit out of action at the moment. I think we need to add some sort of landing gears to it in some way. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I have a few ideas, but we'll have to see what comes of that, really, because I don't know, it's just a bit of a bugger, really, because this was like our first ship and it died. And also, in terms of ships, if you guys wish to give any of these ships a name, comment below and just say I want the miner to be called Jesus Christ our Saviour, and I'll put it in, you know. If I'd like the name, of course, then yes, or if it's a favourite of you guys, if a lot of people thumbs it up and stuff, then I'll happily do that as well. Also, the outpost needs a name, because we've got, you know, this outpost here now, which I'm thinking of turning off the PZK Stratos. In fact, I'll do that now, because we don't particularly need this on anymore, because this is like just a dead vessel now. It doesn't actually contain anything that we require. So I'm going to jump in here and just turn it off, maybe. Has it got like a secondary power source on it or something? Tell you what we shall do is we shall just do all this if we can. Can we just turn everything off? Drone main power, that one off. Hydrogen off, reactors off. Off. I think that's... I mean, stuff's still on, but I mean, it can stay on. I'm not particularly fussed, in all fairness. But that is, you know, this is the dawn of an era, really. This is getting rid of. We're going to take off all these things that show it up on our hotbar, and we're just literally going to rely off of the base now, which is going to be really cool. I am actually enjoying this base and how it works and how, you know, it feels to use, because it's very easy to just navigate around now. So what we've actually got is we've got the health thing over there, which I'm thinking of adding the second one downstairs just so we can get that for quick access. We have all of our production on this end. We then also have a container here for access, and then when we go downstairs, note the nice window that looks out on the PZK Stratos. And then what we have is another access point here. We have lovely windows that overlook our area of work, which is really nice, and then we have just a bit of open space with a few doors leading out in different directions. I actually really like this base, and it looks a bit janky, and I know the trees are just, you know, there and just don't like me at all, but you know, it's getting there, and we're getting somewhere, guys. We actually are getting somewhere. I'm in a tree, yay. So let's get rid of this thing as well. There we go. So basically all I want to do is just break them off so they can't function anymore, so I don't get confused, because what I have been finding is there's too much going on. There simply is just too much going on, and I really need to just have one point to travel to. So I'm just gonna really just take off all the communications sections of this ship. A lot of you guys have been giving me suggestions for things, which is really nice. Thank you for that. And yeah, it's I actually quite like the series a lot, because a lot of people will comment and give me some ideas on what to do, and it's quite nice doing what other people want to do rather than having to think myself what to do. So it's quite nice just to run around for you guys and show what can be done in the game. So I think without further ado, we're going to really have to try and figure out how the hell we're going to apply legs to the mining craft, because right now we you know, don't particularly have any legs to land on. But oh, are we full on hydrogen? Oh yes. But one of the things I will point out with this ship is what we want it to do really is we want it to have some legs on pistons, like maybe like a double set of pistons that come down, provide a landing space, but also enable this to be basically drills turned on but the ship thrusters turned off, and it literally just sinks, and then we'll have the legs on some sort of like a really slow pace, so it literally just comes down really slowly and drills up everything, and we'll have to get it perfectly in time. And I think that's what I'm gonna do in this little segment, because I really would like something like that, because I could literally leave it for a little bit, let it drill, and then come back to it when it's done, move it over, let it go, you know, and just keep doing it that way, and maybe even stick the drills on pistons as well, so we could extend our reach. Maybe that, I don't know. Let's move it into a sensible position to actually look at it. Now, I just can't believe how janked up this thing got by falling down the hill. It really did take a beating, and we lost out on probably about, I don't know, 140, I think it's 144 per thruster. So we probably lost out like 288 on the motors, which I did make a massive bunch of yesterday, because I was on this yesterday and I just kept running out. I was like, why am I running out? It was just so annoying. So I actually got really frustrated and thought, should I record? And then I got that frustrated. I went, nope, I'm just going to do this bit off camera and then I'll record tomorrow because I'm frustrated. So here I am. Right, what we're going to want is this sitting here, which we need some steel plates to build. We can just place these in the right area first and then start applying all the additional things we're going to need to move this thing again, because it currently moves not very fast. But I hope you guys enjoy the look of the new grinding ship. This is it. It's a bit of a beast. I know it's a bit fat, but I've worked it out quite well, I think. The cockpit isn't hooked up to the ship, which is fine because it has the air vent on the front and two lights you can see. It then also has 3 engines for upthrust, so you can actually move this with heavy cargo in. We've got 6 of these large cargo containers, well, small, medium cargo containers, which are all hooked up directly straight through the centre. The only thing we don't have is a connection between the two. We've got a small connection through the reactors, but this can't actually pass through. So what I'm actually going to think of doing is just putting the stuff into like one connector, like one connector on this end, one connector on the other end, like it already is there, and then just have to hook up twice. But I don't know how to do it any other way, because I don't think where are they? I don't think these conveyors are going to help us that much, or are they? Can we get around corners? Ah, yes we can. So I could probably add these right across the back, and then connector on the end, or connector in the middle, and then that would easily connect everything up. Yeah, I'll do that. So that's the plan for this ship, but that is basically it. It's a work in progress, but it should work pretty damn fine once we are, once once everything's sorted, and we got a lot of thrust on it. We got a lot of forward and backward propulsion. We got 6 forward and back, and then we have 5 sideways because I don't know. I just thought I'd need to maneuver more. But either way, that's that ship. Let's get back to the work in progress, which is something we've already built once and it broke. Yay! All right, so we're gonna put that on, and everything moves. That was weird. I always hate it when it does that because it gains a little bit of weight, so it moves this tiny bit. What I find weird is this thing rolled down a hill because I had it in the off mode, which keeps everything else on, but just turns off some things like the thrusters and stuff. And I don't know. I was just baffled by how everything else survived. The drills survived, the things that stick out the most, but yet these thrusters just seem to die really easily. And I don't know. It kind of bugged me a lot, in all fairness, because I don't understand why they don't take as much damage as any other thruster, because the other thrusters seem to take a bit of damage before they pop their clogs. So, alright, we can put these on the lowest section of the ship, but we've got to cater for having 2. So we want one. We have to do that, aren't we? And then pistons. There's just gonna have to be one set of pistons, maybe. Yeah. There you go. And get rid of this one. I've just got to be careful not to add too much weight to this thing, because I've put it in the same place. My God! Ah! I don't want to add too much weight to this ship because of obvious reasons. If I do, then it will be really tricky to fly. And I also hope that pistons are well and good, because if pistons aren't, this whole thing could just fall apart at the seams. Which again, really don't want that, because that'll mean man tears will exit my face, and I don't want that to happen. Ooh. Oh. What is banging? Oh. Oh. Is it this? Because it's touching the floor now. There we go. And then we're going to want some landing gears. Or do we want tyres? Landing gears allow us to lock, whereas tyres don't. I'm going to need construction components for these. I'm thinking landing gears, but tyres take a bit more damage. So maybe tyres, like the 1x1 tyre, because those can really take a bit of a dinking. 1x1 tyre, there it is. A lot of people use these as like a buffer, don't they? Between 2 things on here. We can do that. And then, oh no, this needs to drop as far as it can go. I'm going to have to test these pistons out once I have them all in place and all with the correct amount of materials in, because one thing that will be a problem if these don't reach to the same level as these. What is the extension on one of these pistons? Doesn't say. An extension on a piston. I'll just have to find out and take the tyres off as appropriate, I think. Right, so what do we need for you? It's going down. What? I look at it and it goes downward. Okay, it stopped. Thank you. Alright, so we're going to need steel plates, which of course we already have. Construction components, which we already have. We can just throw on. Do we need to zap the bottom bit as well? Oh, yes, we do. I hate these because they come in 2 parts, don't they? You can't weld them up as 1 part and take them apart as 2 because, of course, they're 2 assets. That's stupid. Stupid but clever at the same time. I'm just talking crap now. Where's my tyre at? Give me my tyre. There. Right, there we go. That's touched up. And these are touched up as well. And let's go over here. And these are done. These need construction components. They do. Let's make sure these have all of those, and then we can just dump them all back in the chest. Ow! Those burn. Ouch. Alright, now we need motors and stuff. Of course we need motors. What more do you want? I mean, we could use the grindy ship to get these, but I don't think we're going to get a lot of motors from that big ship, because you don't tend... Motors get used a lot with these thrusters, but they don't get used with anything else really. So why were they grinded? Why were there parts in that grinder then? I haven't even used the grinder yet. That's very weird. Let's produce more of these things, because I'm gonna need them, and they produce like wildfire. Look at that. Right, let's zappity zap more of these on. Zap zap zap. Alright. And zap on these. I bet that's just used up all of my motors, hasn't it? Yeah. Oh, it's going dark. Scary darkness that is really, really horrible when you're flying. I did try flying in the dark. Don't try it. Just as a word of caution. Just don't try it. It's not... It's horrendous. It honestly is the worst experience you'll ever feel on this, because unless you have a lot of lights and use up a lot of power for a lot of lights, you won't get anywhere, because it's super fearful. Because I honestly almost crashed 5 or 6 times into a tree, because just because trees, man, they're always in the way. And yeah, did I really use up all those motors? That was 300. I'm gonna need a serious supply of these if I'm gonna make more of these ships. My God. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Right, gonna need some of these, but not a lot. Gonna need more of these than anything else. I'm gonna need computers for that. Yeah. Metal grids. Motors, because that one was the one that didn't get any of the motors. Feels neglected. Sols. There we go. So I need computers, metal grids, and motors. Computers, metal grids, and motors. Alright, let's get a few of these. Can I get 100? Yes, I can. Computers, metal grids, computers. Oh, I just said computers like a dozen times and didn't even get them. Alright. We're going to zap all these together. Oh, yes. I was actually saying I had no metal grids then. That was very strange. There we go. Thrusters are back online. We should have the necessary pull-in, push-in power that we need now. And there we go. And there we go. Did we lose? We lost the forward propulsion. Ah, I missed it. damn it. God damn it. So I'm going to need to add this one on. It's just an endless list of stuff, innit? That's all it is. Just an endless list of stuff nobody wants to do. Oh. And I miss these guys out as well. Of the large steel tube fad. Come here. I just keep missing things. I'm going clinically insane. Anyone out there, please help me. Please. Talking of people being out there, still nothing from enemies. I mean, is my world bugged? I don't know. Again, they're set, they're turned on. I could even turn on the dogs if I want to and just have my whole base explode. But I'm not going to do that. But yeah, I definitely turned them on, and I've checked that. And every time I've come back to this, I've always checked before I've gone into the world to make sure it's turned on. But still nothing has come of it. If that makes sense. Still nothing from enemies in the galaxy. So random encounters don't work. That's good for me, so I don't have to deal with any of the crap. There we go. So we should have a bit more tuggy power now, because we've got all of the thrusters back online. Let's have a play around with the let's have a play around with these pistons. Let's go piston. We want to set these to really slow, like, and then we want to go maximum distance. We want to click reverse and see how far these extend. Now I'm expecting it to doink the ship around if it gets that far. Hope so. Go on. Ah! Yes, it's perfect. It's like a giant spider of doom. Now this should mean I am able to turn that off. Yes! It's alive! Which means I can just literally sit this here now, so I don't even need the standby mode on it. So I put landing gears on this one as well, so I didn't need a standby mode after seeing what happened with this one. But yeah, so basically the whole idea is I can turn the drills on, set the pistons to be going slow, and then just let it go. So talking of that, we're going to have to mess around with some settings now, aren't we? So we're going to have to get rid of that because we don't need that. All we need is the drills. So we're going to turn drills, save. And we can toggle this on and off. So what we can do now is we can get rid of that. And we can use the drills in a manual mode. But we can have a group that is on and off. And then we can go K, go to where our pistons are. Here they are. Set these to... Really, you want like 0.5s on these, don't you? So 0.5. No. You want 0.5. Dum-dum. So if I were to do that, yeah, it's on 0.5 now. So that should move stupidly slow. Should. What we want to do is we want to call these pistons. Save that. I'm going to go G. Yeah, G. Groups. And do that. So we want to toggle. We want to reverse. That's what we want to do. And there we go. So when it gets light, we shall find a place to go with this. Probably back to the old fields. I do have an ore detector on this now, but it doesn't seem to detect a lot. Another idea I did come up with off camera was to basically just have like ore detector fields around. But why is this like tilting backwards? That's because I'm actually touching on the floor there. So I want to lean back a little. Lift up a touch. Just slightly back her up. And then I want to make a touchdown. And then Y and T. And look at that. We have 2 ships that work now to solve this problem of the Dubrifirkins. And we can do that while we're here. It's very dark on, but we have light. P. There we go. Now what we can do with this craft, because I added the feature, is land it. There we go. And then we can just get rid of this. K. Op1. Delete. And then just turn the whole thing off. Doesn't matter if it's on or off for this bit of the job. All we're doing is conveying 3 conveyors over the back and then a connector on the very back of one of those. Yeah, so rather than talk about it, let's get done. Oh, there we go. Some extra material in there. Cool. It's like getting the money back, isn't it? It's brilliant. Right, we want one of these as well, and we can go like this. Like this. It's gonna connect over the middle. Oh no, they won't, will they? Because this thing's in the way. God damn you, gyroscope. We probably need 2 of these things on, in all fairness, because this thing, when it gets heavy, is gonna get harder to move. And then we can stick a conveyor right on the back. We should have all the materials for this, and then we can just throw the rest on to whatever we have, really. Motors, computers, all that gubbins. Where are all my motors gone? Motors! There you go. Whew. There we go. Construction components. Well, actually, these can go onto the gyros as well, can't they? Yeah. Forgot about them. What else do I need? Construction components. Right. It's nice to have given these ships some well-needed maintenance, because after the kerfuffle I figured let's do some of the customizations on camera, because I know you guys would like to see these ships and how they're progressing. I really like my spider bot now. It's really cool. But again, give it a name. Really needs a name. Give it a name. If it's a nice, awesome, cool name, it'll be its name. And I'll change the name on it and everything. It'll be brilliant. I don't know, it'd be really, really cool just to have some user-named ships to remember the good times. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. All I know is I need these gyroscopes and everything else to be done as soon as computers. I should have a crap ton of my computer somewhere. Where are they? Everything is moving. And these have already got their computers, these don't. Small steel tubes and large steel tubes. Oh, there's a topic. While we're at it, guys, have you been stuck, like ever since the new year, have you been stuck listening to one album? Because I have. I've been stuck listening to a band called Enter Shikari, and the album is called Enter Shikari, and I've literally been listening to it 24/7. And before I started recording this, I was listening to it, and it's kind of become a bit of a problem. Are you guys having that at the moment, where like you're getting all these new songs and music coming out, but yet you still are stuck on the same album just because you love it that much? That's literally how I am at the moment. So I just wanted to make sure it wasn't just me that's having this issue. Shall we take the grindy ship out for a spin and see if it does the job quickly and efficiently? That'd be good to see, wouldn't it? I mean, it certainly moves. And these oh my god. I can see literally nothing. Lights off. There we go. Let's start ripping apart this stuff. Ooh. Well, this is going to make our life 10 times easier if we don't break it. I think we're just going to live without that hydrogen that was in there, that additional hydrogen, because it's not bothering me anymore, because we've got it solved, or partly solved. But this seems to work quite nicely. It seems to handle well. And you know, it's just, I think it's a nice base of a ship. Let's see how it is with moving stuff around it, because of course the ship could be perfect as long as everything moves around it appropriately and it makes it as easy as possible for us to use. But I've tried to design it to be easy as possible to use. So hopefully in the next batch recording, when you guys come back to this, you'll see that this thing is just quickly disappearing, because that's what I want to see. I want to just get rid of this thing. It's been an eyesore for too long. It's given us everything we need, but we can finally strive to live on our own, I think. Oh, I'm just gotta be careful with the upward thrust, because this thing is a little bit twitchy. But other than that, this is oh my god, this is alright. Yeah, so there you have it. Just took it that big chunk of ship quite quickly. Still handling alright. It's got a bit slower, but other than that, it seems to be okay. Now we just got to back up. I do think parking cameras are necessary, because I keep parking on the wonk. But thankfully Space Engineers does that for you. Alright, and P. Now what we want to do is we want to move stuff. So we want to go everything that's empty and stuff. So everything that's on us needs to really Can I not move any of this? Or is that one full? I have to connect to that toy. Where's my large cargo container? There it is. I'm gonna need some cargo. Or can I use sorters for this? I'm sure I can use like some sort of sorters for some sort of sorty sort thing. There you go. Because those words are words, right? Some sort of sorty thing. And all this can just be merged into one big thing. So yeah, I mean yeah. I've got to do a lot of moving around. Like all this could probably move into one. And then we could do another hide empty and just consolidate it all. That's what it is. And these connectors hold a lot, so we can just consolidate it all into the connector. And then start just dragging stuff from one to the other. This is something I'm definitely have to do off camera because it's very, very boring and tedious. But yeah, so I think that's about it for today, guys. That is literally all I was planning to do today, was just do a lot of well-needed maintenance on ships. And, you know, just get all that done. Because it can be a bit of a bother. And I want to just get the ships to a point where they're quite, you know, perfect. And yeah, if we set this to throw out, will it just throw stuff out randomly, or do I have to set the other one to collect? Where's my connector at? Where's everything in the connectors now? I think everything's in the connectors now, isn't it? That one. Yeah, so if we hit P, fly forwards, okay. Inventory. Yeah, there we go. So everything's actually moved out of here now, and we've gathered quite a few more resources. This was a little bit unresponsive then. That was a bit strange. But I think I'm going to call it a day there, guys. So that has been today's episode. If you have enjoyed, then please like, favorite, and of course subscribe for more. Again, the main base, Outpost 01, the Spider Miner, and the Grindy ship really do need a name. So if you want to give them names, put suggestions in the comment section below. If I like them, or if they get quite a lot of popularity in the comment section with the thumbs up button, then I will name them that. And I will make sure to try and remember to tell who came up with the name. So if you guys have enjoyed this, then don't be afraid to like, favorite, and of course subscribe for more. And I will see you guys in the next episode of Interplanetary. Peace!